For more on the need for better organ donor awareness, we're joined now live from Los Angeles by Tom Mone. He's the CEO of OneLegacy, the largest organ recovery agency in the United States. Thanks so much for joining us. Why is donor awareness so important in China, would you say, Tom?
Well, I think the fact that donor awareness is important anywhere in the world right now. The number of people who suffer organ failure is rising as we can treat them better and keep them alive longer. But the need is great, and some estimate as many as 1.5 million people in China need an organ transplant today.
And Tom, what are some of the issues that you face in terms of getting the word out and convincing people to be donors? I mean, is it traditions, customs, religious beliefs? What are some of the hurdles that you have to overcome?
I think you hit three of them right there. Certainly customs and religious beliefs, and they tend to be old religious beliefs. If you ask religious leaders in almost every religion in the world, they will say that organ donation is a noble and generous act and within and accepted by their religion. But a lot of people don't know this, and getting that message shared is critical. We here in Los Angeles, of course, have a very multicultural, diverse community of people from around the world. And one of the challenges we face, very much like you face in China, is the need to share with people who didn't grow up with donation and transplantation as an option, that it is an opportunity to make something good come from a loss of a life and leave a legacy that saves other lives and makes everybody's life so much richer.
We just heard this wonderful story from Shugong about a mother who's alive today because of that donation from her son. And yet the 1-to-30 ratio is just, the disparity just seems so huge. How frustrating is it for somebody like yourself, in terms of getting this message out and yet still not seeing people stepping up, so to speak?
Yeah, it can be very frustrating. And in the U.S., we have been active in organ donation and transplant for over 40 years. And therefore, about 3/4 of the time, someone could be a donor at the time of death. They actually do become a donor, which is fantastic. I mean, 75% of cases actually do donate and save over 30,000 lives a year here in the U.S. So we know you can make progress, but still there are 120,000 people waiting here. So we still have our challenges. And every day, every time you hear a family who can't come to comfortable with the loss of their loved one and therefore can't decide, yes, I can make something good come from this, it's a sad day for all those recipients who will also suffer because of it. So it is frustrating, but we always have to look at the opportunity and help inspire people to make something good come from their loss and get some solace from that good.
Tom, you talked about Los Angeles, the wide disparity of people there. It's kind of a melting pot. We've also talked about China, but globally, where would you say things are in terms of organ donation and awareness?
Yeah, clearly the worldwide leaders in organ donation are the U.S., Spain, France, among the leading larger countries of the world. The rest of Europe is sort of in the middle of the pack. Asia as a whole has been fairly new to the world of transplantation and donation, certainly very advanced in living donation, living liver donation, living kidney donation, which has been critically important. And in fact, most Asian countries, including China, have advanced that skill tremendously. But they have a lot of cultural barriers to overcome, especially in terms of the long-term thousands of years of respect for ancestors. Makes it very difficult for some people to decide to donate. And I think it's a part of a cultural recognition that donation is and can be part of modern life that is the ultimate honoring of those ancestors.
Tom, one final question. Look into your crystal ball. Where do you see things a year, maybe 5 years out? I mean, is this a message that's going to get across to people?
Oh, I have no doubt about it. I think in China in particular, the amount of attention put on the reform of the organ donation program and expansion of it has been phenomenal. The improvements made in the system already have been exceptional. We're working personally with Dr. Haibo Wang, who is working on the reformation and the improvements in the donation system. And he'll be here at our Global Leadership Symposium on Donation and Transplant next month, sharing the Chinese model. And I think there's a lot to look forward to and a lot of opportunity to learn from one another, as we hope to learn from and share with our Chinese colleagues.
Well, we love that kind of engagement. Tom Mone, thanks so much for joining us from Los Angeles.